What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something every Grand Theft Auto fan has been wondering ever since Grand Theft Auto 6 was revealed. What will Grand Theft Auto 6 Online actually look like? Before we get started, I just want to say that nothing in this video has been officially confirmed by Rockstar Games. Everything you're about to hear is based on my own predictions using evidence from the two trailers, Rockstar's track record with Grand Theft Auto Online and Red Dead Online, and the direction modern online games have taken over the past decade. Some of these predictions feel almost inevitable, while others are features I'd personally love to see. So without wasting any more time, let's jump straight into it. Chapter 1, A Living World That Never Stops. I think the biggest change Rockstar is going to make with Grand Theft Auto 6 Online is creating a world that genuinely feels alive every single time you log in. Grand Theft Auto Online has always felt busy because of the players, but the world itself has remained largely unchanged since 2013. By comparison, Vice City already looks far more dynamic. Across both trailers, we've seen packed beaches, congested roads, wildlife, construction sites, bustling nightlife, and hundreds of NPCs interacting naturally with one another. Rockstar has even stated that Grand Theft Auto 6 is its biggest and most immersive evolution of the series yet, and everything we've seen supports that claim. I think that immersion will carry over into the online mode through dynamic world events that constantly change from session to session. Imagine logging in one day to find a huge music festival taking over Ocean Beach, then returning the next day to discover a tropical storm moving across Leonida, flooding roads and forcing players to adapt. Perhaps the police lock down an entire district following a large robbery, or rival gangs fight for control of neighborhoods, unlocking unique missions depending on who wins. These kinds of systems would make every public session feel different and encourage players to explore the world instead of simply traveling from one objective to another. Chapter 2, Businesses will feel like real businesses. Businesses have become one of the defining features of Grand Theft Auto Online. From nightclubs and bunkers to the acid lab, agencies and salvage yards, they've given players countless ways to make money. However, despite their different themes, most businesses follow the same basic formula. Buy supplies, wait for stock to accumulate, then sell it. I think Rockstar will move beyond that formula in Grand Theft Auto 6 Online. Instead of acting as passive income generators, businesses could become fully interactive. Imagine owning a nightclub where you hire staff, choose entertainment, manage security, and respond to unexpected events throughout the week. Perhaps your warehouse can be targeted by NPC gangs if it's left undefended, or rival organizations can steal stock during dedicated free mode events rather than simply destroying deliveries. Rockstar has consistently pushed for greater immersion with each release, and allowing businesses to operate more like real businesses feels like the logical next step. Chapter 3, the biggest character progression we've ever seen. One area where Grand Theft Auto Online has always felt limited is player progression. Once you've purchased the best vehicles, properties and weapons, there's very little left to strive for beyond increasing your bank balance. I think Grand Theft Auto 6 Online will introduce a much deeper progression system. Imagine RPG-inspired skill development, where your driving improves the more time you spend behind the wheel, your weapon handling becomes more precise through experience, your stamina increases naturally, and your reputation influences the missions and opportunities available to you. Rockstar experimented with skill progression in previous titles, including Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, where characters became stronger and more capable over time. So bringing back a more advanced version of that system wouldn't be surprising. I also think Rockstar could introduce legitimate careers alongside criminal activities. Players might become taxi drivers, mechanics, charter boat captains, delivery drivers, fishermen, or even police informants. Not every player wants to spend every session robbing banks, and providing multiple paths to success would create a much richer online experience. Chapter 4, Dynamic Heists that never play the same way twice. Heists have always represented the very best of Grand Theft Auto Online, but one of their biggest weaknesses is predictability. After enough attempts, players learn every guard location, every security camera, and every escape route until each run becomes almost identical. I don't think Rockstar wants that to happen again. Instead, I believe Grand Theft Auto 6 Online will feature dynamic heists that change every time you play them, different entrances, rotating guard patrols, randomized security systems, alternative vault locations, changing weather conditions, and multiple escape routes could all combine to ensure no two playthroughs are exactly alike. Rockstar already introduced elements of randomness with the Cayo Perico heist, where secondary loot and certain patrols change between attempts. So expanding that concept into fully dynamic missions feels like a natural evolution. Players would have to think on their feet rather than simply following a guide they watched months earlier, making every successful heist feel earned. Chapter 5, a more grounded beginning. One of the biggest criticisms of Grand Theft Auto Online in recent years has been power creep. Every major update introduced increasingly powerful vehicles and weapons until the game featured flying motorcycles, orbital cannons, stealth aircraft, and remote-controlled vehicles capable of dominating public sessions. While those additions certainly created memorable moments, many players felt they moved too far away from the grounded crime experience that originally defined the game. Based on everything we've seen so far, Grand Theft Auto 6 appears to be returning to a more realistic tone. The vehicles shown in both trailers are largely believable, and the focus seems to be on authentic criminal life rather than futuristic technology. I still think weaponized vehicles will eventually make their way into the online mode, but I wouldn't be surprised if Rockstar delayed them for several years, allowing the early stages of the game to revolve around sports cars, muscle cars, boats, aircraft, and motorcycles. That slower progression would help maintain balance and make every future update feel meaningful, instead of immediately introducing something more powerful than the last. Chapter 6, One Expanding Online World. My biggest prediction is that Rockstar no longer wants to think of online as a separate game that eventually gets replaced. Instead, I believe Grand Theft Auto 6 Online will become a long-term platform that continues evolving for the next decade or more. Rather than releasing an entirely new online experience with the next title, Rockstar could expand the existing world by adding new cities, counties, and regions over time. Imagine boarding a flight to an entirely new state, discovering fresh businesses, new criminal organizations, and brand new storylines, all while continuing to use the same online character you've spent years building. This approach would allow Rockstar to keep growing the game instead of asking players to start from scratch every generation. Finally, I think Rockstar will invest much more heavily in live events and community-driven content. Weekly global objectives, limited time missions, seasonal activities, and world events that permanently reshape parts of the map would give players a reason to return regularly. We've already seen glimpses of this approach in Grand Theft Auto Online, but Grand Theft Auto 6 Online has the opportunity to take those ideas much further thanks to modern hardware and a completely new foundation. Overall, I think Grand Theft Auto 6 Online is going to be less about endlessly repeating the same money-making activities and much more about living inside a constantly evolving criminal world, a world where your character develops over time. Every session feels different, businesses require genuine management, heists remain unpredictable, and Rockstar continues expanding the experience for years rather than replacing it. Of course, these are just my predictions, and I'd genuinely love to hear yours. What feature do you think Grand Theft Auto 6 Online absolutely needs at launch, and what do you hope Rockstar leaves behind from Grand Theft Auto Online? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and turn on notifications so you never miss another Grand Theft Auto 6 upload. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.